In another video I showed the IP cameras, and now I'm going to show you the NanoStation M2, which these are going to be used to connect the IP system together from two different buildings. Alright, so I'm going to get these connected up and show you a little bit about that. And I'm going to use both laptops. I'm going to use this laptop to configure one, and this laptop over here to configure the other. That way I don't have to keep swapping back and forth from the one laptop. I can just do it all at once. And I'm going to use this switch on this laptop, and then I'm going to test one of these cameras on this switch after we get them connected between. Alright, and again, this is the NanoStation Loco M2 made by Ubiquiti. Alright, inside the box we have the antenna. And a PoE injector. Some instructions. You might need this to know what to set your IP address to. I think the default on this is 192.168.1.20, I do believe. That's what I'm going to try without looking. Alright, so I'm going to get these two connected, and then I'm going to show you about the connection. My cord's a little short, but anyways, PoE port will go to the antenna, the LAN port will go to your network switch or router, whatever you're using. Alright, I have this one connected to the switch, and we're powered up, and I'm going to get the other one ready. Alright, so I got this one up, and it is on .1.20. You'll get this here, just go on to the web page. Alright, and I think username and password is ubiquiti. And go ahead and select your country, United States. Agree to the terms. And log in. Alright. Now it tells you you're using the default administrative password. Please change it in the systems page. You can click here. And it's the same thing. Alright. Right there where our mouse is, that's where you can change the username. And right here is where you change the password. Alright, but I'm not doing that right now. So if you're at the main page here, go over here to wireless. And what we're doing here is basically the camera system, the DVR is going to be in the house, and a little bit away there's going to be another camera system, or three cameras on a building. Get this out in a minute. So to connect these two buildings together, we're using these Ubiquiti NanoStation M2s to connect the house to the building. There's no cabling running out there. Of course, the building has power, but to keep from running wire out there, we're just going to connect these two buildings with these Ubiquitis, and that's what the whole point of the IP camera system, although there is no internet there. Alright, so for the one mounted on the house, this is going to be the one connecting over the DVR. We're going to call this one the access point. Alright. And I'm just going to leave that like it is. Actually, I need to go ahead and change it. I'm going to leave the security off. Okay, so I'm going to change this password. I'm just going to call it admin. What the heck? Now, for some reason my mouse has decided to stop working. So I'm going to move on to the other one while this catches up. Alright, got the password change. So set this to an access point, give it an SSID name. We're just going to give it a name. Actually, I'm just going to leave it ubiquiti for now. And down here you got some security. Make sure you do this. Choose the WPA2 and give it a password. Alright, so I'll give it some information for the access point and a password. So go ahead and change it, apply it. So for this access point over here, it was already set up as a station, and ubiquiti was the SSID with no password. It was already connected, but as soon as I hit save over there on the password, in the new ID, we lost our connection here. So in short, this one is connecting to this one. So this mounts on the house, and this one mounts on the garage, some ways away from the house. Alright, so on this one, computer over here, for the garage, we just need to go in there and give it the new SSID name that we just put in over there, and the password. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, now we know we're connected because our signal strength is pretty good. Negative 36 dB. Alright, so we've got that connected up. Now we can start changing our network settings. Alright, and we know we're connected up over here because we got the camera feed. Now I haven't changed any network settings. I think I'm just actually going to leave the IPs the same, leave the network mode in the bridge. We're using static anyway, and we don't really want the access point assigning an IP address. We want our router to do that. Alright, so that's these are really easy just to get set up. Of course, you might have to tweak with it a little bit to get your settings depending on your distance and whatnot. But just basically, the station is where you're shooting it to, and the access point is where it's coming from. And you'll have to set your SSID and your password to match what you set on the access point. Now after you save it and everything, it might take a minute to connect up and show the signal. So just give it about 2 or 3 minutes. If it's taking more than 10 minutes, you might have something set wrong. And right down here you can set your output power. You got a little slider. Most people probably just set them up and go, but it's always good to trim the power down. You don't want it too low because you don't want to have connection problems, but you don't want just full blast Wi-Fi signal. So I'm pretty sure these things will stretch out there quite a ways. I'm not sure on the exact distance, maybe 8 or 9 miles. And on the advanced tab down here you can set some thresholds which relate to these output LEDs. So you can set the threshold to the LED. So I could set the threshold so high or whatever that all these will show red. But these are pretty close together. I don't think we're gonna have that problem. Alright, and in here you got some server port settings so you can remotely access stuff. And in here the system, that's where you change your username and password. And you can also give the device a name. So we're just going to say shop. For this one. And for this one here, we're just going to give it a name of house. And this is the access point. Now on the cheaper side, yes, you could probably just mount this outside the house and connect up with some other devices if you were just trying to extend your internet. But for a good throughput and good connection, it's best to have two antennas like this. One is a station and one is an access point. And I've done it like this multiple times. It's just, in my opinion, the way to go for this situation. If you can get a cable to it fairly easy, that's probably the best, but when you can't, this works. Alright, so that concludes just a simple overview of the setup to get two ubiquiti access points connected together.